Smoking drugs?
Gotta kick off the show here.
We're agreeing.
So cleaned up.
Cast, Bill's Mafia, how you doing today? It's been a crazy, crazy week, guys. How are you two doing?
Oh, hanging in there. You're right. It has been a wow. This month of April, I don't know this eclipse that's going on in a few days. I don't know what's going on lately. Things are just the twilight zone. I don't know, the Ides of March. We somehow skated through, and now we got this. I don't know what's going on right now. Like you said, a lot of things, and just excited to be here once again. Keeping everyone going through the off season, doing what we can. But yeah, lots of things
And
going
our
on.
off season will continue. Casey, I know you've had a rough week. How's it going?
Dude, it's been 4 days into this month. And the only thing that could top this off, I told you guys before the show, is if my wife leaves me. Other than, like, once that happens, I could write a top hit country song. But life could be better, but life could definitely be worse. So we just keep pushing along, just keep going.
Yeah. Well, before we get into too much, let's hear from our sponsors over at Game On Sports.
Hey, it's John from Game On Sports Memorabilia. Check out our huge selection of unopened wax boxes of Pokemon cards. You have to see our selection of over 2 million sports cards in stock, plus hard-to-find card supplies. And if you have anything to sell, bring it in. We can help you determine the true value before you sell it. We pay fair market value every day. It's Game On Sports Memorabilia, 2670 Dewey Avenue in Greece. Check out our podcast for news and information on the card and collectible universe. Also, check out our Facebook page.
For more, call 481-2153. That's 481-2153.
That's Game On Sports and Memorabilia. Check them out. A couple of stores over there. They got some awesome stuff. We've had a pretty crazy day. I spent my lunchtime today trying to sift through all of the news, the changes. So as a lot of you may have seen from a lot of the Twitter/X posts today from the Buffalo Rumblings podcasters, Vox Media has shut the doors on Buffalo Rumblings, and they will no longer be, I guess, supporting the podcasts plural for Buffalo Rumblings. However, we decided to kick open those doors because we're not done, and we will going forward be joining the Fan-Sided Network. They are owned by Minute Media, and it's pretty exciting news, actually, because it was just announced today, in fact, that I saw on LinkedIn that, make sure I get all this right, but the license for Fan Nation, which is part of Sports Illustrated, was awarded to Minute Media. So that combination of, I guess we'll call them sports media superpowers, is making for, or will make for, quite a powerful platform. And we are super excited to be heading there. Casey, Mike, y'all got anything to add?
When one door closes, another one opens. It's funny how all this has happened in the last 4 hours, just so everybody knows. This is like everything came out at once. We all found out at once. And we're all dealing with it with our own ways. Some people happier than others. But I'm excited for this new journey. I'm excited. I'm thankful that Fan-Sided is wanting to bring us on. Ronnie, we can thank you for that entrance into there since you've been writing for him for however long. But yeah, I'm glad.
Ronnie and I are We're both hitting the comments. We're bringing them up and shutting them down. So sorry, guys, if you're seeing that we're fighting over comments here to chat about.
All
I'll
right,
keep my
Mike,
hands
you
off.
take it.
No.
Mike, you got the comments.
Oh, all right. You talk about
Okay,
them. I'll
that
click
way,
those. All right.
yeah.
Roy, yes, we will be continuing on YouTube. We'll be anywhere you find us now, you will be able to find us in the future. You might just have to go directly to our platform, like directly to our pages on YouTube and Twitter and Facebook. So obviously we won't be a part of Buffalo Rumblings. Still a lot more to learn about this whole fan-sided thing and what they have to offer and where we're going to be broadcasting from them, for them, I should say. So there's more news and information to come, but yeah, you'll still be able to
Right.
find us everywhere that you find us
Yeah.
now.
Hopefully you just again search Mafia Cast. I don't know, you might be watching on the Buffalo Rumblings YouTube channel. So just to be clear, in the future, you can subscribe to. There's also a Mafia Cast, the Mafia Cast YouTube channel as well, and the Facebook page. If you go there, you'll be sure to keep up to date on all that kind of stuff.
Yeah, and I just want to add really quick too, when I posted that on X, formerly known as Twitter, earlier today, I was, I guess, somewhat surprised, honestly, the number of people who commented, who wished us well, and we have some fans out there, and I was, I guess, in my feels about that. It was pretty cool to see that. So for everybody who watches the show, if you're a fan of the show, if you're a regular of the show, this is your first time watching the show, thank you so much. We appreciate the support. And as always, of course, super chats are open. But yeah, we do have the YouTube page or channel. We've always had that. There's not a ton of people following that right now. I think we're at 116. But we do hope to kind of grow that. And of course, the Facebook page at the Mafia Cast. But that is that. The sponsorship with Game On will continue. So that's cool. But like Mike
Always.
said, or Casey, more to come.
For sure.
And so I don't do Facebook. Yeah. And that's the other thing too, by the way, if you are on X and you're watching this show via whether it's even my Twitter page or Buffalo Rumblings, it's way cooler to watch it over on YouTube or the Facebook page because you can comment, and we do see the comments here on the screen in front of us. We don't see the comments if you're commenting on Twitter unless we have it up in front of us, which can cause, audio interference and all that, so we don't have it up generally. But yeah, so anyways, we got some other news that happened this week, so we'll go ahead and get into that. I don't know if anybody is aware, but Stefon Diggs has been moved on. Casey, I'm going to let you start on how you feel about this and the direction of the team and where you think we might be headed. What's 2024 going to look like? Who might they replace Diggs with, or anything else you got?
I now have 2 players' jerseys hanging in my closet that we've shipped away this year. We Tre'Davious White and Stefon Diggs, and both you can definitely agree were for 2 totally different reasons. Tre'Davious White, cap casualty, injury, injuries might be stockpiling up on him. Diggs, I think he asked for a trade. I think he was over his time in Buffalo. The way I explained Gabe Davis's departure of Buffalo was the team and the player had done as much together as they possibly can. I don't think that they can achieve any more. And I was wrong about Diggs, but I think that's probably the way that both sides saw it at this point, to where Diggs doesn't think he can do any better than what he did with Josh, and I don't think Bean thought he could do any better than he did with Josh. And apparently, Josh thought the same thing, because this move isn't made without Josh giving the okay to get rid of his best target of the last 4 years. So I get it. I'm sad. I loved Diggs. He was like the number one wide receiver that I was hopeful we would trade for when we traded for him. I just saw the dog in him. He was so good, and he was young, and you could tell he was ready to break out. And we got him at the perfect time. We got him for his entire peak. And so if we got him for his entire peak, he's about to hit 30. We paid him. He was the 6th highest paid wide receiver in the NFL that while he was with us. So he got his money. It just became we can't do any more with each other. It was the definition of a toxic relationship. I don't like you. You don't like me. Why are we doing this? Let's just split up. And that to put it in layman's terms, that's just really what it ended up seeming like.
Yeah.
I'm sad to see him go, but I understand it.
Right. And like you're talking about jerseys. I got his helmet right here behind me. But it's still a valuable item to me. I'll always, remember the years Diggs was in Buffalo, and how he played here. You said like we got him through his his peak years. Really, one of the best wide receivers ever played for the Bills. So you'll always have that. But going forward, yeah, wish him the best. Hope he does good. But as far as the Buffalo Bills go, I'm excited to see maybe this team is going to be more Josh Allen's team now. And maybe he's going to be in more control. And not have as much button heads maybe or conflicts like that. And hopefully he takes a step this year with that opportunity in the right direction.
Yeah.
And Roy
I'm
makes
just
a
going
good
to say for
this point. Sorry, Ronnie. But
No,
this
fine,
point
go
that
for it.
Roy makes this trade 10 times better to swallow. The fact
Yeah.
that they got Diggs on a draft pick that they didn't even own. No, that was an extra. They got it in a trade. So for them, it's easy come, easy go. They basically just got Diggs for free. But it's a year rental. And so, but the fact that we still got a 2nd-round pick, I understand it's next year. And I had the sticker shock. I mean, I was freaking out yesterday to you guys. I kept saying a 2nd-round pick. But when you go back and think about it, other than Tyreek Hill, all the wide receivers that have been traded in the last year, it's been for a 4th-round pick, a 5th and a 6th, 2 5ths, a 4th and a 6th. And that's Amari Cooper and all of those kinds of guys. So, I mean, Brandon Beane actually, when you really take a step back and take your emotions out of it, he did pretty well getting I guess he did well getting rid of Stefon Diggs. I understand the money aspect, but that's one of those things we've seen teams. Russell Wilson get cut twice. Teams are willing to eat them. Teams are willing to eat the money for him to not play for them. Like it's not an unusual thing in the NFL anymore.
Yeah, it's not. And you brought up the point of the trade value. I think because I'm going to put this in fantasy football terms, this is why when you play fantasy football, you draft running backs typically first because there's a ton of talent at wide receiver. I don't think that, there's the high-end receivers. They get paid a lot now, or a lot more than they used to. But when it comes to trade, they just don't carry that same value anymore, it seems. So
outside of Tyreek Hill.
Outside of Tyreek Hill. And I'm going to say, Casey, you actually stole a little bit of my thunder because you actually said that you were wrong, which I wanted to tell you were wrong before you said it. So
I will never give you that satisfaction.
I'm just going to add in, though, when this all came down, and I was sitting talking with one of my daughters last night, too, you go back to the Bengals playoff game when he basically walked out on the team from the locker room, and one of the teammates, and I can't remember who it was, actually had to bring him back in. And then we had the whole off-season, summer long, of all the random tweets, and then coming to mini camp and showing up there and causing some problems, whatever that whole thing was. And then he left, didn't practice at all with the team. And now this, to me, point blank, he quit on the Bills. That's how I see it. And I think that started last year. Not to misunderstand me, I think when it came to game time on the field, he was as all in as he could be.
He quit on the
Mentally
organization,
not
not
there,
the team.
You're not 100% there. What's up?
I said he quit on the organization, not the team. I think that's what you mean.
I just want to know what he was looking at when the ball went through his hands. Because the ball was through his hands and he was looking the other way. I don't know. Just very, very disappointing to see it go out like that,
Yeah.
Right at the end.
And
But would
I
you
have
rather
no
have it go out
problem.
like that, or like the way Tyreek Hill and Patrick Mahomes did, to where they were at the top of their game,
Yeah, right.
absolute peak?
Yeah. Hey, they still
That
got
whole
it done
thing
though.
is, as far
Chiefs.
as Tyreek Hill goes, I didn't know. I don't understand it now. I didn't understand it then, other than that's Hill simply chasing the money. Yeah, and I get sometimes players wanting to, um, get traded away from teams. My computer is dying, so bear with me. But uh, and just to me with Buffalo, it's a little different though, because they are a Super Bowl contender. Say what you want about McDermott, the rest of the roster, whatever. To me, they are still a Super Bowl contender. And just like with Hill, I think for different reasons though. I don't think Diggs is chasing money. I think he's chasing rings, and for whatever reason doesn't think he can get it here. But it's like if a Devonte Adams with the Raiders, who appeared to be in a complete rebuild, if he wanted to go out and get traded, I get that. But for Diggs to do it, it just doesn't make any sense to me. I don't know if there was a rift between him and Allen that, and we'll probably never know. Maybe we will. I don't know. Maybe in
I mean, we kind of
40
saw it
years
on
from
the field
now.
though, but they tried to
Yeah,
keep it hush hush, I guess.
maybe 40 years down the field, Allen will write a biography, and then we'll know the truth. But until then, I don't know.
Yeah.
I'm gonna jump over here and plug my laptop in, so you guys take it away.
Take it away, Casey. Roy
I
brings up the
mean,
point. Yeah, Hill had the ring, so yeah, time to chase the money, like you said.
yeah, but I also Houston got better this year. I mean, immensely better on offense, but their defense is still where they're struggling a little bit. Now I know they got Daniil Hunter. They have Derek Stingley in the backfield. Jalen Petre's a hell of a safety. They also have Will Anderson, who's a pretty damn good defensive end. But that's only a couple of pieces. I mean, look at what the Dolphins had last year. They had pieces as well. They had Javon Holland and Jalen Ramsey and Christian Wilkins. But outside of them, they just had just guys in. So like Houston, like if they still have a ways to go to become like a Super Bowl contender, in my opinion. Do I think they should win the South? Absolutely. I definitely think that they should win. I mean, but I don't think that. I mean, I feel like now they're as good as Buffalo because we have the better defense. They at this moment in time might have the better offense. Probably do have the better offense just due to wide receiver weapons as a whole. Um, but I think right now, like that knocked us down, brought them up, but now it's kind of a neck and neck thing.
Do you think Diggs puts them over the top though?
I think Diggs is a great complement to what they already had in Nico Collins and Tank Dell. I think he is like a perfect complement to that. I mean, those other two guys can just run rampant on the outside and stretch the field and run the long, deep crossers. And they can use Diggs as route running. And maybe he's turning. This is his Cole Beasley era, and that's what he wanted to do. And Joe Brady, maybe that's not what he wanted Diggs to do. Maybe that's one reason why they left. But maybe it's time for him to go in the slot and be that safety blanket for Stroud, and he's going to be the guy that gets the eight catches for 80 yards and one touchdown. But he's not stretching the field. He's letting the other two young guns do it.
Yeah,
I think he's a really good compliment for that team.
I think obviously Diggs is talented. I do question if he's the same receiver he was a few years back, 2 or 3 seasons ago. But looking at the deal and looking at the Texans roster, to me it doesn't really do a whole heck of a lot for them because Nico Collins is really good. He is a number one receiver. John Mechie the third, after battling the cancer and coming back fully healthy last year and starting to kind of come on. Tank Dell, Robert Woods is still there too. In fact, his name has come up a couple of times, and some people thinking about potential vet receivers that Bills could go get. I'm not a big fan of Robert Woods. I don't think he's anywhere near what he used to be. So I don't think that would be a good trade. But just if you look at this because of the void years, and here's what they're doing. I'm just going to read this. So
They cut the last 3 and prorated it to this
Right.
year.
And his 1 year deal is fully guaranteed $43.1 million that the Texans are paying him for 1 year. To me, that
It don't make sense.
and doesn't at all. Like, yes, Diggs is a good player. I don't think he's a top 5 guy anymore. So you're paying him like the best receiver in football.
They have that
$43
much money to
million?
burn this upcoming
They
year?
do.
Or,
Well,
They do.
they've got Stroud on a
They're-
rookie deal. They've got Tank
Right.
Dell on a rookie deal. So
They got Nico
Um,
Collins on a rookie
do-
deal.
take advantage while you can, right?
Collins is a rookie deal. The running back,
Oh.
I can't remember the name.
Joe Mixon, they extended him. So if you could pay a running back, you could pay a wide receiver that amount of money.
Yeah. So, but at the end of the day, yeah, like I said, it just doesn't make any sense to me. And yeah, it's just a lot of money for 1 year. But I thought Schefter put up a tweet earlier when he was talking about this 3 year void. And his wording I thought was interesting. He said something to the effect of, this situation puts Diggs in a position where he has to prove it on and off the field. The fact that he said off the field, that said to me that I think there's a lot of teams out there that are leery of him because of the off the field. This is the second team now that he has basically forced his way out of in very similar fashion. I think that's going to be a problem in the future. I don't think anybody's going to give him the money that he just got from Buffalo or even this year now with the Texans.
Well, I think that's a D'Amico Ryans thing. D'Amico Ryans doesn't take nobody's shit. He's the kind of guy, not that this wouldn't actually happen, obviously, but he's the kind of guy that if he could make it work, if Diggs started being a little, never mind, I can't say the word I wanted to.
Diva.
And yes, Diva, thanks, Mike.
There you go.
And you could see D'Amico Ryans being like, all right, see you, thanks, bye. I mean, not except it would cost them $43 million, and Diggs would be making almost $100 million to not play for 2 teams this year. But
I mean, from business savvy, Diggs is getting it.
Yeah.
bruh, he's like the Kirk Cousins of wide receivers.
Yeah, it's a good analogy right there. Yeah, it's wild. Somebody posted in here, if this is the last Mafia Cast show, I'd love to have you guys on my pod sometime. Hey, we're going to say it again, just in case you missed it, because we have over 1,100 people currently in the live show. We will no longer be doing the podcast with Buffalo Rumblings, but we are continuing. We got picked up today by Fansided Media Group, so we're going to be moving over to that side. How quickly all of that transpires, I do not know. We might have a show next week. I'm not, like I said, I'm not sure how quickly this will all move, but we will continue one way or the other. So, you can find us on YouTube at the Mafia Cast. You can find us on Facebook at the Mafia Cast, and we will have shows there. Okay. Anything else we need to add as far as days go? Because we do have a mock draft we want to get into. We promised a mock draft today. This is our first one as a team, so I'm really excited about that. But I do want to give anybody, people listening, you want to comment, anybody a last chance to voice their thoughts or opinions on Diggs, because as far as I'm concerned, I'm done talking about him.
I just wanted to say thank you.
Okay.
Yeah.
I think that answers that question. So
Thanks to Diggs or thanks to Ronnie to not talk about it anymore?
No, I just want to Diggs.
Yeah. Yeah.
And Ronnie, but Diggs gave me the best 4 years of my Bills fandom. The last 4 years have been the most fun I've ever had as a Bills fan.
Yeah. Great to watch.
And he is big in thanks to that.
Yeah.
I mean, he didn't make Josh Allen. Josh Allen didn't make Diggs. They were each coming into their own and met at the perfect time. So, does he belong on the wall? I don't know. It was only 4 seasons, but it was
Agreed.
the best. It was the best 4-season stretch in a Bills uniform that might ever be. The numbers he put up were amazing. So I'm thankful
Yeah.
for the time that we did have. I'm gonna miss some of his play on the field, most of his play on the field, but all the power to him. Good luck and time to move on.
Yeah. And one more thing, one memory that Casey and I will hold dear to our heart is when we
Yeah.
witnessed Diggs do a little curb job trying to beat stadium traffic. So,
That's right.
So he had the
So-
window down. It was definitely him. I told him good game, and that was that. I was outstanding
Let's give him the whole
trying to get
story.
us into traffic, and he was making his own lane. So that just tells you.
We were
Yeah.
turning off Allen Street, it was the Bengals game, the Bengals playoff game.
Yeah.
And we're sitting in traffic. This guy comes and knocks on my window, and Mike, like he said, is out trying to help direct traffic because it's such a shit show. And this guy knocks on my window. He goes, "Hey, you gotta look." He goes, "You gotta move over as much as you can." He's like, "Steph's coming through." I was like, "Who the hell's Steph?" He was like, "Diggs." I was like, "No shit, really?"
Yeah.
And
And he just rolled on through.
And the next thing you know, I look to my I'm just looking forward. Mike's still out and about, and I look to my left, and there's this car right next to me, and hit like Mike said, his window was down, and I could just see the outline of his face. I was like, "Oh my god, that is Diggs!" And he peels off, and he runs over this curb in this 6-figure car, and I'm just like, "God,
He was
damn,
out there.
dude!" Like, yeah, he was out, like with a quickness.
Yeah.
And Mike and I got to witness it firsthand. So that was you're right. That's one thing that we will
Pretty cool to
always
see him
hold
off the
dear.
field.
It was. It was.
Okay, if we're gonna share these little kumbaya moments with Diggs, I'll have to share mine.
Yeah,
you can
no,
actually
you got
go,
the best one. You got the
Yeah,
best one.
and the 1,240 people that are currently watching live. That's awesome. It's a new record. You can actually go to our YouTube page at the Mafia Cast, and there is a video on there of me catching a pass from Stefon Diggs at the Jets game in 2022. It was the home finale, and it was the first time that Buffalo had locked up the division at home in since 90 whatever it was. And he's going through and he's throwing the ball up into the crowd. It's obviously pregame, and my wife is doing the video, and so she got the whole thing, and it was a super cool moment, and I will forever remember Diggs because of it. I hate, excuse me, I hate how it all ended, but that's a memory that I will cherish forever. So yeah, go check out our YouTube page at the Mafia Cast and check out that video. It's pretty neat. I look like a 12-year-old with the big old grin on my face catching that ball, and I did throw a perfect spiral back. I'm just going to say that. I think I might have pulled something in the process, but
We'll let you guys be the judge of that. Feel free to drop your comments on that spiral.
You beat me to it. Damn it.
I absolutely did catch it. Yeah.
Yeah.
So let's get into this draft. Because of everything that's going on today, then I got off work. I didn't have a lot of time once I got done with that to organize this draft much better than what it is. But what we're gonna do is I will
Thank you.
put it up here and see share screen, not the Instagram one, and share. All right, we got it up there. Yes, we do. All right, we're going to do all 7 rounds, and we have roughly half an hour to do it. So let's get into it.
Gives us a little more than 10 minutes around to decide.
Yeah.
And if there's no decision to be made, you guys commenting are going to be the ultimate decision makers here.
Yeah.
So if the 3 of us can't come to a consensus, you guys get to make the call.
That is correct. And for the sake of getting through this in a somewhat timely manner, this will not include any trades, but I do want to do a mock.
Oh, come on.
I do want to do a mock when we have the whole show.
All right.
And including trades. And we'll go nuts with it.
See, Sterling even wants a trade.
Come on.
Okay. All right. Fine. Okay. Fine. What are we gonna do with this first pick? Let me go ahead and start this. Oh shit.
I guess we're gonna pick.
That was quick.
Hold on. Whatever. We'll move.
We got
forward.
some trade offers. Let's see what they are.
Yeah, the offers are what I want to hear.
I don't know if you can see it very well.
So I
kinda
just made
can.
this my whole screen. So what?
Pick
So what is the
44.
trade? It's 44 and what?
It's very hard to tell on here.
It's 44.
Yeah, it's
Madonna Mitchell is already gone. I don't want to trade back.
Well-
What's the other trade?
it doesn't really show them, so it just kind of shows the teams that are. Well, it doesn't even show
Wanting
that.
to trade.
Yeah. That's too complicated.
Yeah, it doesn't really show what they're wanting or
Okay.
anything.
All right.
So we just kind of have to put it in if we wanted to. I know it looks like this one.
Well, we must be getting
So
another
it's the Raiders
another
and the
pick.
Steelers offering picks 44 or 51.
Nope, too far down. I don't want to trade.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, and it doesn't really. What do we
Yeah, I'm
get out
gonna-
of the deal?
Right.
No, just give them all
Alright.
away. No.
All
Where
right,
we
let's
at?
just get to the trade. Let's just
Yeah.
get to a player.
All right.
All right, so we're pick 28. Everybody knows.
Safety is too
well-
early.
Yeah. So we got a corner here, Kool-Aid McKinstry.
I think there's one option.
Even though I think that, I mean, he's a good player value-wise. That's an awesome pick. We have more pressing needs, I think. So this would honestly be a good spot to trade back in because for me, this guy here, I've mentioned this name multiple times, Lad McConkey. He is one of my draft crushes, if you will. I want this guy on the Bills team.
I say just
And,
take him.
Just take him.
Well, wait.
Just take-
Let's scroll on it and I just want to see. I like to scroll the list a little further and just see who's there because I don't know. Some of these mock drafts they show some decent players falling, so I'm just curious to see who's further down the list.
Well, you take this with a grain of salt. This is PFF, Pro Football Focus's rankings
Right.
here as far as their big board. So you may have a different opinion of where these guys should be. And like Pro Football Network's going to have a different big board. Kuiper's going to have a different. I mean, it's all
Yeah.
over the place.
Yeah, I mean, I'm on
And-
board. I'm on board with the McConkey pick. I'm just curious to see what we're passing up here if we could compare it.
Well, if you
Yeah,
look at
there's-
those in front of them,
Yeah,
There's nobody else in front of him at a bigger need.
right.
Outside of Tyler Newberding, you don't take a safety outside of a generational safety in round one.
which I
Okay.
don't think there is that in this draft. There's some good ones, but I don't think
I-
any generational type.
Roy says filter wide receiver. We can see all the wide receivers.
All
I
right,
don't
yeah,
think there's another wide receiver that, in my opinion, that you can take over Lad McConkey. That's left.
Okay.
And I agree. You think you can make an argument for Troy Franklin, but Franklin's performance at the NFL Combine worries me a little bit. It wasn't as good as I think people expected. It wasn't terrible, but I believe his 10-yard splits was over 1.6 seconds compared to McConkey was like 1.51 or some crazy number. McConkey was a 4.39 speed. I believe Franklin came in at 4.41, which if we're talking tenths of a second, isn't a whole heck of a lot. But when you're talking about the NFL level and corners who have that kind of speed, every tenth of a second counts. I mean, just ask Diggs and his drop pass. Like
Oh,
every inch, you need every inch, right? So, are we all in agreement? We going with McConkey?
Take McConkey.
I like it.
All right.
Keon Coleman.
We're
No,
taking
we got to
McConkey.
go receiver. We've
I
established
don't
that.
like. I don't like Coleman.
No, I know.
And look who was just taking one pick ahead of us by the
Yeah.
Texans, Keon Coleman.
There it is. By the Texans taking our
that ain't-
players. Taking our players.
I would have been fine with Coleman at 60, but and honestly, I mean, let's be honest here. I don't see the Texans taking a receiver at 6 or 59, given what just transpired, right?
Oh,
So now the question is,
I do like Hicks. But I have been saying wait on the safety. I was hoping edge or D tackle here in the second. That's what I was looking for. Since we
what
got
are
our
you thinking,
receiver.
Casey? It sounds like you've got some thoughts.
I want
He
Jalen
wants-
Polk so bad.
Well, we're past that, I think.
Well, Jalen Polk, I have no problem doubling up on receivers. In fact, I put out a tweet today asking what Bills Mafia would think about a receiver room that includes both.
Like it in McConkey.
Leggett and McConkey, and that post has just completely exploded on Twitter. If you want to go check it out and put in your thoughts or your ideas on that. So clearly, I don't have an issue doubling up at the position, and personally, I kind of think I would. Now, Chris
Who
Jenkins
else is
here.
out there, though? Who else is out
Well,
there?
Marshawn
Not
Nealon
just
is
wide receiver. Yeah.
right. You got Marshawn Nealon, edge out of Western Michigan. I don't really know a hell heck of a lot about him. If we're talking just straight up value, I mean, rank 58, we're picking at 60, it's fair. But Jalen Polk, this is the only other one I think I would consider at this point, or maybe Jaden Hicks. But Chris Jenkins, the
scrolling.
defensive interior out of Michigan, because it is definitely a need, in my opinion, despite the recent signings at the position. But I think we need some young future starters there. So what do you guys think?
Keep scrolling.
Junior Colson, Kyrie Jackson, Braylon Trice, and Edge. Oh, here we
Trice
go.
is
Spencer
somebody who I
Rattler.
really-
That's the guy. That's who
Yeah.
we need. Pick number 16
Yeah.
quarterback.
I
Yeah.
really like Braylon Trice.
Yeah.
Braylon Trice and Braden Fisk are two guys who
Yeah.
I've fallen in love with this draft. So my vote is either for Braylon Trice or Jalen Polk.
Mike, what are you thinking?
I like Jenkins, I think.
So does Roy. Christopher Haynes is tempting, but I'm
I'm
partial to
outvoted.
UConn.
I'm
Oh,
outvoted.
man.
Just
See.
go Jenkins. I don't think tackle is the biggest need right now. If we were to go like defensive line, I would rather go edge.
Yeah. I do like Braylon Trice. I could agree with you there.
I think that the depth at edge is more necessary.
Yeah.
Because we don't have Shaq Lawson anymore. We have AJ Groot and Vaughn.
And we don't know what we're going to get with Vaughn.
Yeah.
But
Okay.
this year we were almost, we were getting worried about D tackle too this year, with the uncertainty of Daquan coming back.
But we still
for the future,
we still already have four.
Yeah,
like four.
We
We
do,
have two
and-
certified starters and two guys that are the rotational pieces that we basically had last year. They just have a different nameplate.
Yeah. And they're younger. Both of them that they signed are
They're
in their
younger.
20s still, I believe late 20s. So that's a positive. Daquan Jones' age, I think 33, 34. That worries me a little bit. And then last 2 years he's missed some time because of injuries. But I do agree we don't know what we're getting with Von Miller. We really don't know what we're getting with AJ Epinesa. We hope that he takes another step. But 2 years of 6.5 sacks, I think we need more from him than that this year. So backup plan, not a bad idea. So I'm on board with Braylon Trice if that's the direction we want to go over Marshawn Nealon, which, like I said, I don't really know much about Nealon. I'll have to look into that one a little bit more.
Same. I don't
he's
know
out
too
of-
much about him, but from what I've learned and from what I've seen and watched of Trice, he's just a hell of an athlete, and he is fast coming off that edge, man.
yeah.
All right. So Trice, is it?
Let's do
Trice.
it. I'm on
All
board.
right.
Woohoo! I won one,
No, you didn't.
and I was about to give up and say just take Jenkins.
It was really hard to
Now
pass
you
up
say
Pope,
that.
though. Oh, my gosh. Look at this thing just scroll.
I know.
right. Not around.
All right, we're
back. Don't need him.
We're around 4, pick number 128. I'll add in before we get into the players. I do think Buffalo will somehow get a pick between 60 and 128. I don't see them waiting that long.
Yeah.
So I think they're going to move up probably into the third, maybe even back into the second, have a couple of second-round picks. But we don't get to play that game on this particular mock because I messed it up.
Not today.
But anyway,
Maybe next time. We'll do a few of these, right?
Real quick, we have over 1,500 live viewers. So
I know. This is
we
awesome.
just want to say thank you to everybody watching. Go visit our Facebook, our YouTube at Mafia Cast. Everywhere, see us. All our Twitter names are up there. This is awesome. Thank you very much for all the support.
Yeah, and check out Game On Sports. You're in Rochester, Buffalo. They got stores both cities, so hey, if you're even in Syracuse or anywhere else, it's worth the drive. Definitely worth the drive. I got a couple friends I just turned on to the store recently, and they've been loving it. So, like I said, go in, check it out. It's worth it. You got nothing to do. It's real cool stuff John's got there at Game On Video Games and Sports Memorabilia in Hamburg and Greece. So, again, thank you guys, all of you.
Yeah.
All right, Brian, get back to scrolling.
Yeah.
All right.
What are we doing?
All right. Here we go.
We're on the clock.
We're on the clock. So this name I've heard a lot. Audric Estime, if you want to add to the running back room. I don't think we need that at this spot. I think there's much bigger needs. I do like Cooper Beebe in this spot. However, we just signed Lael Collins today. Forgot to mention that at the start of the show. And he's played both tackle and guard, so it'll be interesting to see. I think he might be kind of that swing everywhere guy for Brandon Bean and McDermott. But
we have
he could
Ryan
also maybe
Vandermark.
beat out somebody for a starting job.
And we already have Ryan Vandermark.
Mm-hmm.
And we have Jack Doyle still, who's coming off the ACL injury last year, or the Achilles injury.
And Alec Anderson.
And Alec Anderson. So to be honest, I think the depth, our offensive line depth, is pretty solid. I wouldn't expect any real draft compensation going super early. I wish we didn't take Braylon Trice now, because Muhammad Kamara is like my draft love.
Yeah.
So like we would have gone safety. Maybe we would have got Hicks and then Kamara. Do you think that would have been good?
Could have felt that way, yeah.
Or is it the butterfly effect? We pick him there and then this guy isn't available
Yeah.
here.
Right.
Yeah, you never know. I think looking at
Glad
this
we got an
list,
edge earlier.
I don't think we need a running back.
I
I
wouldn't
wouldn't be
any of
opposed
these
to a
guys.
corner given the current situation there. But I'm not opposed to going edge again either.
Keep scrolling a little bit, would you?
Would you?
Don't need a tight end. Got another running back, McKinley Jackson. I've heard some
There you
good things
go.
about him.
Now,
Yeah.
what about wide receivers? Who's there at wide receiver right now?
Let's filter this. Cornelius Johnson from Michigan, Marcus Rose, Jackson, Georgia, another Georgia kid.
Nobody got.
Taj
nobody wants
Washington,
to-
I've heard some good things about him. Isaiah Williams. Here's
Luke
one that
McCaffrey.
I really want Luke on our team.
Come
This
on.
is
man.
way too early to grab him, but I really do want him. You can't argue the bloodlines, right? His daddy was a pretty good receiver for the Broncos. His brother, he's an all right running back over there in San Francisco.
Yeah.
So
He might be the best running back we've ever seen, but I don't know.
maybe but yeah, too early, fourth round. I think he's somebody we might be able to snag in the fifth, which is why I'm kind of don't want to go receiver here because I don't want to get three receivers in this draft.
Yeah,
I'd rather
there's
wait and see
nobody
if
here.
see if maybe some of these guys fall a little bit further.
I
But,
think my opinion is Kamara.
that's kind of where I'm leaning too.
Oh, come on. You're going to make me
What are
make
you
a case
thinking?
here? I mean, you already
you
went
got
edge.
some other ideas. Go for
You
it.
already went edge. Go with McKinley.
McKinley.
Jackson.
Oh,
He's
the
down
DI. Yeah, that's not a bad idea either.
All right, state your claim, Mike.
Let's
Because you're
scroll a
outnumbered.
little
I was outnumbered, and I staked a claim.
more. Ronnie's on the fence. Ronnie's got to make the jump.
No,
No.
I'm going to stick with edge. I'm going to stick.
All
I would
right.
rather double up on edge at this point because we really don't know what we're going to have on the edge in 2024. We have some bodies, right? But Rousseau hasn't really shown that he's going to become a legit pass rusher. He could be another 5 to 6 sack guy a season. We really need more than that, especially if Vaughn is no longer Vaughn.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm fine doubling up on edge in this one.
Scroll a little bit more. Just a little bit more.
A little bit more.
I got to see if there's anything that would pop out. Any names that pop out to me. I'm not really seeing too much. There was running back there, but not
Well,
nothing I'm
now
looking at right now.
We're about to have pick 133. I know Ryan, but Ron, I think we
Yeah.
can get Boyd at 133.
Yeah.
I
I
think
do
we can
too.
get him at the next pick.
Okay.
So I think
That being you made my argument for me, or my you antied my argument I didn't even make yet.
All right.
I
All
think
right.
we
So
go
we're doubling up on
and then
Kamara
Boyd.
or at Edge.
Yeah.
Is that
Yep.
the
Yeah,
deal?
Let's do it. You got to hit on
Alright.
one of them.
Yeah. All right. So we still got Estime. Yeah, another corner here. I've heard a little bit about him.
Show Wade Smith. Yeah. Braylon Allen.
we don't need tight end.
Top on backs.
And see,
Roy
Jackson is
Collins
still there.
wants Braylon Allen.
There's a lot of people that want him, actually.
I mean, he's a hell of a running back. I get it.
Yeah.
Hey, here's D Love stopping by, showing some love from the Texans. He just wanted to say hi. Good luck.
What's
this
up,
year,
brother?
buddy.
Yeah. Good luck with your new weapon. And that's not a dig at Diggs.
No.
He might be great for you guys. I don't know. But I think he's going to play hard for the Texans. I think, he's going to have his numbers. And okay, moving on.
We're thinking
I like Braylon Allen. I like any running back that comes out of Wisconsin. They're almost always really good. I just don't think in the fourth round we want to go that direction still. Not with Ty Johnson and Dalvin and James Cook on the roster currently. So we're talking about the number 3 guy, and I don't want to draft our number 3 running back in the fourth round.
Agreed.
No. I mean,
it's
Jackson's
your boy
staring at us
Boyd.
right
So to-
there.
All right, Rodney, stay
Boyd
up for
is-
Boyd.
Boyd is still there too. And our next pick after this is 144.
Which he still could be there.
Could
He
be.
could. And if he is, are we comfortable doubling up at defensive interior?
I think that's too much. Exactly.
I agree. Somebody doesn't make the roster, which could very well be one of the 2 new signees. I think Austin Johnson is safe, but the other guy, which I can't remember his name, something Williams.
Deshaun.
If we drafted 2 defensive interiors within the first 4 rounds, yeah, somebody's the odd man out, or they're just probably actually on the practice squad, which most likely would probably be a rookie. But
we picked
think of
two.
it this way.
We
Think
picked
of it like this.
a receiver and 2 edge, though.
Right. But think about it like this. If we did draft 2 defensive interiors, we've got 2 edge guys. There's your 4-man front right there in the next couple of seasons. Once
Could very well be.
Daquan Jones moves on, once Von Miller moves on, it could very well be your front 4. And all rookie contracts. I kind of like that.
So
Now I'm like talking
so
myself
my-
into back-to-back.
my issue is we need as many people that are going to act like that are going to make an impact this year. That's where this draft is different from a lot of others for the Bills, is that we have more holes to fill than usual. And I think we're going to need more rookies to make an impact than we're used to. And these 4th round players are going to be people that I think Bean is going to be looking to lean on a little bit more. And I don't think that this is going to be the draft where he's looking to into the future too far in order to replace the guys that are currently on the roster.
I think there he goes. He's frozen. Now he's not. Now he is.
No, you are. No, I am.
I understand what Casey is saying. I also feel like this needs to be a draft. Yes, let's try to get some impact guys in 2024, but I think the team needs to look long term, and I think they are. I wrote about this actually like a month ago, that I think the Bills were at a point now where they need to think beyond 2024. A week after I wrote that, they cut Trey White, they cut Jordan Poyer, they released all these guys. They trade. It's been crazy. I think, I'm not saying throw away 2024. I legitimately do think this team will compete still for division title, for the playoffs, for the Super Bowl. As long as you got Josh Allen, we're going to be fine. But long term, outside of 2024, we've got to look there. Casey, are you back or are you still frozen?
I've
I
been
see
here
him.
the whole time.
Okay.
All right.
So what are we thinking? Are we going to definitely go McKinley Jackson here and then just see what happens after this?
I mean, we haven't taken the interior yet.
We haven't. So Roy wants to know what wide receivers are available. So let's go ahead and take a look at that really quick again, see what we've got.
So this is
Pretty
round
much still
4.
the same group.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Pick 33
Taj
of round 4.
Washington.
Still too
They've
early.
kinda-
Joshua Cephas, David White. Most of these guys I don't know a hell heck of a lot about. I've heard a little bit about the Zachary Franklin. And that's the bottom of the list right there.
Yeah.
So
All right, double dip. Double
What's
dip.
this double dip though?
Defensive line.
I thought you meant interior. We already got 2. Oh, I see. You get both of them. Ah.
Ronnie, you're muted.
if Christian Boyd is there, he's another one of my draft crushes. So far, McConkey and Boyd, those are the 2 guys that I really want to move his roster. But
check out safety. Who's there at safety?
I think we're kind of out of the safety group at this point, to be honest. But let's see.
I don't
We
know.
might have missed-
Bo Braid is still there. Malik Mustafa. Is Tyke
Yeah.
Smith still there? No, he's
No.
Damn.
Not I know there's a couple safeties I was looking at too. They're all gone.
I like Bo
Braid?
Braid. I like
I do
Bo
too.
Braid.
Do it.
And I think he.
Heck,
he
let's
can
just
still
do
be-
it.
All right. Let's grab Jackson, and then see what happens. And
Christian Boyd's gone.
oh, you
Mason
son of
Smith was out there. Damn it. We could have had Mason Smith.
Keep scrolling. They gotta
Oh.
scroll.
I scrolled like 20, 30 spots down. He must be falling down PFF's board, but oh man, yeah, we missed out on both of these guys barely. Both of them were taking 1 and 2 spots in front of us.
I would have rather had either of those.
So basically, you take our defensive interior pick that we just made, and you could rotate either of them guys into that, into that spot for our draft.
Say that again.
I'm saying that they were available.
Yeah.
I'm saying that could have been our pick, our last pick.
Yes.
Could have been one of them guys.
Yeah. Well, and I think
If it
we
makes
did
you feel
fine with
better.
McKinley Jackson. Don't get me wrong. I don't think McKinley Jackson
Right.
is like a worse player than either Mason Smith or Christian Boyd.
Yeah.
But maybe we should have went Bo Braid. Let's see
Yeah.
if he's still there.
Well, I think we can agree too.
he's-
There's depth
Braid
this
is
late
there,
in the
yeah.
draft at D lineman.
Take Braid.
Yeah, I'm on board with Braid right now. I maybe it's a little early. Our next pick is a 140. No,
Nah.
160.
At this point in the
That's
draft,
risky.
you take your guys.
Yeah.
Take him.
All right. Bo Braid
Wait.
it is.
Wait.
All right. Now check wide receivers again.
Zach Zinter.
First of all,
Taj Washington.
let me hold on. Pick 154, the Rams. Sorry, Roy, they got Will Shipley.
I do like
He was a
Will
name that
Shipley.
I've been watching too.
Well, I do like Shipley. I think from Clemson, I believe. He is a
Yes.
guy that they use all over the field. And there is a receiver. He's a lot like James Cook, essentially. Like, you can put him all over the formation. I do like him, too. But, yeah, we missed on him. Roy's not happy with us. Sorry,
Next time,
Roy.
Roy. Next time.
Yeah, I know. Okay, let's see.
Taj.
158, Dalen Holker, tight end, Zach Zinter, Isaiah Williams, Joe Milton the third.
Joe-
We'll talk about him in a
He's
minute.
going to be – he's our pick 163, let me tell you.
Oh yeah.
That's where I was going with that. All right. Taj Washington. Get 2 receivers in this draft. We all in agreement?
Nope.
No.
I guess you
Likewise,
better.
Zach
I mean,
Zinter.
we just talked linemen, not as important, but I know a couple of us have taken Zach Zinter around this spot. At least in a couple of our drafts.
I usually have. I usually do take a guard or a center around this spot.
Yeah.
But
Same.
like after the three of us, this is why we do the podcast. The three of
Yeah.
us talked out, who we actually have as depth pieces on the offensive line, and additionally getting Lyle Collins. I'm not too worried about offensive line depth right now.
And I'm all for mocking up some skill positions right now too.
We literally need another wide receiver.
Yeah.
We need another body.
Yeah.
Sold.
I agree. I'll just add in, I think for me, Leo Collins signing today changed all of that to me. I think he adds a ton of depth. Like I said, he's good enough that he could potentially even beat out one of our existing guards, particularly. That's when David Edwards. That's where I was going to go with that. I could see that happening. So I think that's a huge signing today as far as the offensive line goes. So, where'd he go? Taj Washington, are we going there?
Yes.
Let's get it.
Yes.
And done. All right. I'm going to have to put this out on Twitter and get people's thoughts, too, once we get it done. All right. We are at pick 163, and Milton is still there.
Take him. Take Joe Milton.
Oh, I'm with it. Mike, you got anything to add?
No. With Casey's energy, I want to see this work.
I have loved Joe Milton since Tennessee got all the way up to number 2 in the country a couple years ago.
All right, you're getting too deep now.
He has had he's like Josh Allen in the fact that he has every physical trait that you could ever dream of for a quarterback. So if you put somebody with all that ability, natural ability, behind Josh Allen, who went through the same growing pains as he's going to go through, maybe we flip him for a 4th round pick. Or 3rd round pick. Who knows in the future? Maybe he turns out to actually be good. The same way the Patriots were able to flip Jimmy Garoppolo and Jacoby Brissett. So I think taking Joe Milton here would be very good. It would give very good QB2 competition to Mitchell Trubisky.
Get him. I want to see Casey hit on this guy.
For all the reasons you just said, I am 100% on board. I actually wrote about him a couple of months ago, too, for all the same reasons that you just said. So you and I are very much on the same page with this one. I love Joe Milton III. He brings all of the physical tools. Physically speaking, he is about as close to Josh Allen as you're going to get in this draft, or even in recent memory, to be honest. And it gets him on a rookie deal. It gets us a backup quarterback that can learn the system, sticks around for 4 years, and like you just said, maybe he's the next Matt Schaub, and we ship him off for a 1st-round pick. You remember when Matt Schaub was a preseason darling with the Atlanta Falcons? They shipped him off to Houston, and he became arguably their best quarterback in their history, though it's a short history. But I love Joe Milton at this spot.
Agreed.
Take him.
Oh,
Roy. I'll fight you, Roy.
I know. I threw that comment up. I was hoping
I'll fight you, Roy. We'll see what Madden says, because Madden has Peterman rated at a 48 overall. So when the rookies come out next year, we'll see what Milton's projected at.
We do use Madden stats too on here from time to time.
We've got 3 picks to go. We are almost at an hour, so we're going to speed this up a little bit.
It's getting easier.
Devonshire, I don't hate at all.
I do think we need a corner, to be honest.
Nurzad, I like Nurzad.
Yeah, again, it kind of goes back to what we've been talking about as far as the depth we currently have.
But he can play center, though.
I say just scroll them.
We don't
see
have
a couple names that stick out, and we'll. There's Frank Gore Jr.
There's your number 3 running back right there.
No, not yet. We can grab him at 204.
Okay.
I think so. All right. And I also think we need a linebacker. We don't have a whole heck of a lot of depth behind Milano and Bernard anymore, since
we all know AJ Klein's going to be back in September.
Yeah.
So I'm not too worried.
Which is why we need another linebacker.
I'm not too worried about linebacker since we'll have AJ Klein back.
And somebody brought this up. Another Bills fan brought it up when we were talking about linebackers. I think it was on social media, on Twitter probably. We're not 100% sure what we're going to get with Matt Milano. His injury was pretty bad. So Roy still says we need a new number 2 running back. He's saying basically Ty Johnson's number 3. So, I don't know. What do you got? Do we? Well, I think
I think it's corner.
corner. Okay, I'm between corner and linebacker. Mike, what do you think?
I'm saying defensive back was one of my priorities first, and we haven't gone there yet.
Okay.
So I'm gonna have to go cornerback here.
All right. So MJ Devonshire it is.
And we all know the last time we picked a corner out of Pitt, he worked out halfway decent. So
All right.
halfway decent.
All right, Roy.
Now
can we
go
get Frank Gore here? Roy, are you okay with that?
I'm fine with that.
Roy says no good running backs left now, so don't waste a pick. I'm all about bloodlines though, and I watched Frank Gore Jr. play.
And we didn't pick McCaffrey, so
he was I believe he was the MVP of I think the Shrine Bowl. I watched him in that game. He had like 6 carries for like 100 something yards. Like he killed it. He looked good. So I'm okay with him being our number 2, 3, whatever you want to call it, guy. Roy says F no. Roy's never going to listen to our show again or watch it because we are not picking any of his guys.
Frank Gore.
Mike, Frank Gore, you on?
You know, we were stuck between corner and linebacker last time, so why wouldn't we just get both? With a name like Steel Chambers, man, he really sounds like that's like if he played for the Steelers, he would definitely be part of the Steel Curtain.
At this point, we can still get another linebacker that's going to be just another depth piece at 248. Who has just as good of a shot.
Yeah.
I make 53 as.
But to Mike's point, we've seen multiple 7th round guys, even unrestricted free agents, as running backs make an impact.
Agreed.
So maybe still, I do like a name. Okay, we're going linebacker. Mike, you won that.
And don't forget,
all right,
we have Balin Spector.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Who can never stay on the field anymore or ever.
It was one time.
There you go.
His whole career in
man,
Buffalo.
we had to pick your buddy there.
All right, Tagovailoa. Are we taking him just to spite the Miami Dolphins?
No, we can't. Can't believe that just popped up.
Keep scrolling.
Yeah. We got another linebacker, Trevin Wallace, Kentucky. Another running back, Jaden Sheridan. Do we want to make this guy our last pick?
I don't
know. I don't know anything about him.
We got to pick an offensive lineman we haven't had yet.
I don't think we need to now.
Let's get Kenny Logan there, the safety.
Double up.
Why don't we see what other running backs are out there?
What other safety we? Oh, we got Braid, right? Braid,
yeah.
Braid, yeah.
Okay, other running backs, we've got Jaden Sheridan, Blake Watson, Isaiah Johnson.
I like Carson Steele.
You can't have 2 steals. You can't.
Yes, we can.
Josh.
I like Carson
Williams.
Steele.
Yeah, well, so I'm going to leave it between you two. One of you saying running back. The other one says, what did you say, Mike?
I don't remember.
Oh, you said another offensive lineman.
Yeah, offensive lineman or double up as safety.
So the safety spot.
Take Tulia.
Oh, there it is.
Stop it there.
Kenny Logan, Kaitan
Oladapo.
There you go. See, there's still some decent picks here late as far as safety.
All right. What do you want to do?
I'd take any of them.
Oladapo.
Casey's going to compromise and go safety with me. I'll let him pick the guy because I'd take Logan, Oladapo, or Proctor probably.
Okay.
This late.
So we'll go Oladapo.
Done.
And here's the draft. We're getting a grade now. It's going to be a C. Oh, okay. That's all right.
It's not the worst. That's not the best either. But
yeah,
I'm
so
happy. I would be happy if the Bills walked away with this draft.
Yeah, totally.
Me too. Well, I mean, we just did this draft, so of course we'd be happy, right?
Yeah, I mean, come on.
There's
Why wouldn't we be
plenty of
happy if
time
they
to
modeled their draft after ours?
All right, I'm going to take this and I'm going to screenshot it. I'm going to throw it up on my Twitter, and let's see, and we'll put it on our Facebook page too. I want to get people's thoughts and see what Bills Mafia thinks about this. We are, we're a little bit over time. Almost 1,900 live viewers. That's freaking amazing.
Yes.
That is awesome. Thank you once again. This will be our last show on the Buffalo Rumblings Network. We were picked up today. We are moving over to, and Roy Collins is firing us. Moving over to the Fan-Sided Network. It's the same group that I write for at Buffalo Lowdown, so we're super excited about what that's going to be like. But like I said, you can check us out on our YouTube page at the Mafia Cast, and as well as on Facebook, again, at the Mafia Cast. We'll make it simple for everybody. The name will not change, so that's good. We've built up this brand a little bit, so we're happy that we get to keep that. But anything else you guys got you want to add?
Just thanks again, everyone, for watching. Check out John's store, Game On Sports, Hamburg and Grease. Get over there, check out all the cool things he has. Yeah, just thanks again, guys. This has been awesome. Thanks, Buffalo Rumblings, for having us for the past year. It's been a fun ride, and we'll just see what the future brings. Stay tuned, everyone. Follow the pages, find the Mafia Cast anywhere, and stay up to date on the latest.
To everyone at Buffalo Rumblings, thank you. Thank you.
Yes.
Thank you.
To be our family.
Spence, you're the number one for us when you got us in here. Sarah, thank you. Joe Miller, Sterling, and Fina, Ostrowski, everybody.
You're gonna forget people. There's so many.
I know I'm forgetting people, but we've only been here for a year, and we just want to thank everybody for being as welcoming as you were and willing to help us out the ways that you did. We're excited for bigger, better, and things, and Mafia Cast forever.
Yeah,
Mafia Cast forever.
Let's do this, man.
We're gonna get out of here.
All right.
We probably will see you all next week. We'll keep you posted, though. Go Bills.
Go Bills.
Go Bills. Thank you.
Hey, it's John from Game On Sports Memorabilia. Check out our huge selection of unopened wax boxes of Pokemon cards. You have to see our selection of over 2 million sports cards in stock, plus hard-to-find card supplies. And if you have anything to sell, bring it in. We can help you determine the true value before you sell it. We pay fair market value every day. It's Game On Sports Memorabilia, 2670 Dewey Avenue in Greece. Check out our podcast for news and information on the card and collectible universe. Also, check out our Facebook page.
For more, call 481-2153. That's 481-2153.